Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again to Tobacco Advent, the bonus days. This is bonus footage, just like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Easter eggs that we just leave right there on our channel for you to find. I think we've come to the end. I think we can say we think we are smoking the last tobacco that has come to us.
Mm-hmm. We'll have one more video tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. We filmed another one, but this is the last that was sent to us.
Yep.
So I guess it's a good time to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, one and all. But to tell us about this last tobacco, throw it to Chris, right?
Yep.
Take it, Chris.
Hey Scott, hey Seth, hey YouTube Pop community, this is ChrisTheBearded coming to you from beautiful Southwest Virginia. And for my second selection into Tobacco Advent this year, I'm giving you some of McClelland's Holiday Spirit from 2014. And this is one that I really liked a lot better than the last one that I sent you. This is a blend of Virginia, Cavendish, and Burley with a casing of rum, cocoa, and pecan, or pecan if you're so inclined. This is one that I enjoy. Only have a little bit of it left, so I enjoy it not as often as I do some of my other tobaccos, but I hope that you guys like it. Thank you.
All right, very cool. Holiday Spirit 2014. And it smells like something that I am going to enjoy. You know what? I am breaking with the tradition and I'm smoking.
What?
Well, this to me is really a modified Morgan Nose warmer anyway. This is one of the Cobbett pipes. This is. I'm putting
All right.
I'm putting a period at the end of the sentence. I wasn't going to do this with Jason's tobacco.
You're going to do it. You're not going to do it in the cob that just smoked Jason's tobacco?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get this loaded up. Chris, tell us about our question of the day.
Question of the day, when have you ever taken the blame, or have you ever taken the blame for someone else's mistake? Well, I gotta tell you that I don't know if it's Christmas specific, but I used to be in a sales career, and when you're in sales, you take the blame for a lot of other people's mistakes. Customers really just don't care. They just want their stuff. But so yeah, I have done that when necessary. What about y'all? Okay. Well, thank you so much. This has been fun. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to the both of y'all, and Merry Christmas to all you guys on YouTube. Bye now.
Have I ever? But let's go to boy first. See how much time I have left to talk.
Yes. I can't think of anything big though. Like, I'm not ever gone to prison on anyone's behalf. But having studied Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, and
The rules of the schoolyard too.
No.
They have to play playground rules.
Oh, snitches get stitches.
Stitches get stitches.
Right. You know, some of those books. There have been times where, in business, where someone's made a mistake, and it was when I've been involved in a project or in an undertaking, making something happen, and someone made a mistake due to a misunderstanding, communication error. They just screwed up, and there have been times that I'll be the one to speak up and just apologize to everybody and let them know, hey, I'm sorry, I messed up. Can we go ahead and resolve it in XYZ way? No harm, no foul. No need to throw them under the bus. And, you know, I think it wins you loyalty points with that person. You know, nothing is gained by throwing them under the bus, first of all. And nothing really is gained by, you know, when you're in a position where it would cost you very, very little to take that responsibility, you can gain an awful lot by just taking the responsibility. more so than telling them, oh, well, you're going to have to step up and own up to this. So, nothing major, but very small things. But I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that at all.
All right. Something tells me I've shared this. I'm not sure if I shared it on YouTube or if I shared it with some people recently. But this may be new to you, so I'll tell you the story. The year was, I think, 1983. I'm inclined to Google this, but I won't. It was the year that MASH went off the air. I know that very, very distinctly because I was working at the time 3 jobs. And I was relatively newly married, but we were living with my in-laws for a short period of time. And I wanted to do my level best to get out of that situation. Mm-hmm. And so I would go from one job to the next each day. And some of those jobs actually changed throughout the course of probably a year. But one of the jobs I had was working at U-Haul. And the U-Haul Center in Dayton, Ohio, the largest one, was also the place that did all the hitch installations for people that were having hitches added to their car. They did all the maintenance on all the fleet that came through. And they had a huge storage warehouse. And this is back in the day where there weren't a lot of storage units like there are today. And the U-Haul place did a wonderful job of that. Well, just outside of the main office building in the retail area, there was what looked like the box of one of the trucks. They had taken it off a truck and set it on the ground. And inside of that was all the cardboard boxes we sold. And, they sell a lot of cardboard boxes. Right. Well, the regional manager, I was told the regional manager was going to be in that day. I hadn't met him. But, we were to be on our best behavior and so on. And he's kind of doing a little survey of the place, and he opens up the sliding door on that truck. And he walks and just storms inside the front door. I'm the only one there that he can see. So he fingers me and drags me out there to this truck, and he says, "Do you think this should be like this?" "No, sir, I do not." "And what do you think our customers think of this?" "I'm certain they wouldn't be impressed with this. Is there any reason why this should be this way?" "No, sir, I can't see any reason why this should be the way it is." He asked a couple questions and then basically said, "Fix it." And he stormed off, and I go to work. And so I'm getting all these boxes. It was like an avalanche. It looked like we were collecting boxes for a recycling program. It's an avalanche of boxes. So I worked and worked. I'm getting everything all organized and ready for resale. And these are all brand new, never been opened boxes. And I don't know how much later it was, but it was a half hour, 45 minutes later. He comes walking up to the door of this thing, and he's, of course, seeing that I've done a great job on this. And he said, "Is this your first day with us?" "Yes, sir." "Why did you let me do this? Why did you let me tear into you?" I said, "Well, everything you asked me, you were absolutely right." So it wasn't long that I was taking responsibility for something someone else had done. But in this guy's mind, I just ratcheted to the top of his team because, "No, sir, our customers shouldn't see this. I'll take care of it."
No.
And I think my parents for instilling that in me. And I wasn't there to mouth off to the guy. He basically was one of the people that was helping to provide an income to me and my bride. And who am I to argue with? And I'm there to work anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get this done. So anyway, that's the first thing that popped into my mind because it was a pretty, I don't want to say traumatic, but it was kind of traumatic because again, what am I going to say? The questions he was asking. If only he had said, "Have you ever been asked to clean this?" or anything like that. I didn't have an opening, and I wasn't going to make excuses. So
yeah.
Anyway.
That reminds me of a story I heard in school. I was in a marketing class, and the guy who was teaching this class is brilliant, has ties with all over the place, Disney, Walmart, and told a story about Walmart. An executive came in.
I used to have a Disney tie.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Mickey Mouse or Goofy or?
I forget now, but
Yeah,
my
Pluto
favorite
probably.
were the Beatles ties I used to have.
He told us a story about a Walmart executive walked in. They would do periodic spot checks at the stores, and he was checking out the return section, and found I think it was DeWalt tool there that.
At Walmart?
Yeah, that they had accepted, and he pulled. He asked, who took this return, and the guy kind of sheepishly raised his hand. He pulled him aside and said, "What was the situation here?" So he brought it in and said he had bought it for $500, and so I gave him a refund of $500, whatever the amount was, and the executive said, "Sir, we don't sell that tool. we don't sell DeWalt products, or again, whatever the brand was. It was a Sears brand. So we don't sell that
Craftsman.
right. We don't sell those tools here." And the guy's eyes got bright. He said, "But what you did today is you won a customer to Walmart for life," and gave him like $1,000 bonus or something for doing that.
That's like the old Nordstrom story about a clerk taking back tires because they had a basically satisfaction guarantee. Mm-hmm. This customer was convinced that they had bought the tires from Nordstrom's and wanted their money back, and the guy gave them their money back. They've never sold a set of tires in their life. Probably not even that set that they took back. Mm-hmm. Probably didn't even go on clearance, so they could continue to say that they don't sell tires. But the problem was that customer was convinced that Nordstrom had sold them those tires that had disappointed them, or that Walmart had sold them that Craftsman tool. No, you're exactly right.
And you tell them no, and you tell them to leave the store, and they leave angry.
What do you win?
You win nothing, and you win an angry customer who's going to tell everybody how terrible Walmart is, how terrible Nordstrom is, how they wouldn't even accept a return when they had done me wrong, yada 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 yada, and you win nothing.
We used to teach in the customer service training class that I do. About 15 years ago, the stats on how many people a satisfied customer will share their satisfied story mm-hmm. with, and it's like 2 people. Mm-hmm. It's like nothing. Mm-hmm. It's insignificant. But at the time, again, 15 years ago, it was like 12 to 15 people. And now, with the internet, it's the
one
world.
Tweet and it's everybody.
It's the world.
Like the guy who got thrown off of the airplane this week for speaking Arabic. Did you see that?
No, that
turned out to be a total. Yeah, he's a total scam. Something that he does on Facebook, but news stories ate it up. The whole world heard about it. About this terrible experience he had on Delta.
Speaking of a terrible experience on an airplane, I am mourning the loss of one of my childhood sweethearts, and that's
Samuel L. Jackson,
Princess Leia.
I know.
Princess Leia, and I guess in some way George Michael too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just what a shock. I mean, you expect when something like that happens that wow, it's going to be a tough comeback after that, and wow, how embarrassing that had to be to have that happen on an airplane when you're such a well-known person, and then she's dead. Mm-hmm. And I think, of course, selfishly about the ramifications of the remaining story that you have to be told, in the trilogy. Mm-hmm. And did they record enough stuff to make it work, or will they have to change it? And maybe now Harrison Ford actually will live,
or
I predict,
or they'll use bad CGI and try to.
It'll be amazing CGI until we rewatch it 20 years from now.
No, because apparently there are a couple characters that they brought back from the dead in Rogue One, which we haven't seen, and the CGI is from what I've heard.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
I don't know. Keith Richards looks pretty good in the Pirates movies.
Yes. All right.
So what do you think of McClelland Holiday Spirit 2014?
I like it.
I do too. It's definitely more to my liking mm-hmm. than some of these English blends. Mm-hmm. I think we finished it on a high note. Mm-hmm. So again, thank you, Chris, for sharing that with us. Thanks again to all of you for watching and for commenting. It's been a great year for us, and we hope that you enjoyed it too. with this, we are wrapping it up. We're going to go back to our normally scheduled weekly schedule, and we'll see what happens next year.
Yep, starting next week. Again, there will be one more Tobacco Advent bonus that was pre-recorded, but this is the end of New Tobacco. So thank you.
Happy New Year, Tobacco Advent, etc.
Thank you. You as well.
Let us know what you think, what your answer to the question would be. Have you ever taken responsibility for something you didn't do? I'd love to hear it. All right. See you later.
Thanks.